What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. I'm going to remind everyone, hey guys, leave a like. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe so you don't miss anything that we cover here on the channel. All right, so let's get into it. All right, we're gonna start off with the daily time frame. All right, I just want to remind everyone. All right, keep in mind, guys, the big sell, guys. All right, and it doesn't have to be a massive sell. All right, but like you see this rip we went on. Okay, you see this. It's probably going to be a bigger sell than the rip you've went on here. All right, or you're at least going to be coming, at least retracing this move. All right, which in turn would be, that would be a decent sized move to the downside. All right, but I'm going to be completely honest. All right, I do think it is going to be a decent sized move to the downside. I don't know what's going to start that. All right, and yeah, all right, but keep in mind, guys, we don't have to come up here. It doesn't have to happen. I gave you guys 3 scenarios over in the Webull update, so I'm going to go over those right now. All right, so let's come over to the daily time frame. I know there's a lot of clutter here. I do know, all right, but all of these lines, they do mean things to me, all right? They do, all right, but let's go over these 3 scenarios, all right? Scenario number 1, and this is no in particular order. Scenario number 1, that's all she wrote. Okay, that's all she wrote. Shorts don't get their entry, and yeah, longs get effectively trapped. And guys, I told you guys, this is like an effective bull and bear trap in my personal opinion. All right, you tanked here. Even I thought like, hey, you're starting it. Okay, I wasn't certain about it. I was very clear about that over my Webull update, but yeah, it looks like, hey, we clearly see sellers were ready to pounce it at a moment's notice, which means they can do exactly what they did over here at any point. Okay, at any point. You hit it with the gap up, boom, all the red all day. All right, pain. But guess what? Then you went against technicals and you rallied the next day. You, instead of gapping down or going out to take out this low, all right, you gapped up and then you rallied all day. So again, bear trap, and then you got this, which I consider this a successful bull trap. Look what we did the next day. All right, they gapped you down again, brought you down, it looks like intraday, and then boom, they finished you up somewhere up there. Right, but yeah, again, just an effective trap in my personal opinion. All right, I told you guys that up here, all right, the top is going to be formed with a trap. I don't know exactly how the dealers are going to perform said trap, but it's going to be a trap. All right, so that's that. All right, scenario number 2, guys. We push on up here. All right, we push on up here. People take out their longs right here, the breakout traders, right? Shorts probably will be entering here, but then those shorts get squoze. All right, I don't think they're just going to bring you here and reverse it on you. I think that's the easiest, most, I mean, maybe, hey, maybe because it's so simple and so obvious, maybe that's exactly what happens because everyone's like, oh, I don't want to go short. I'm going to get squoze because of all this crap that's been going on, all right? Or you don't want to go long over here because you're like, oh, the big sell's coming, like crap. And again, because like, what the heck is this thing? All right. So that's what I'm saying. All right. Bears and bulls should be flustered alike up here. That's what I'm getting at. All right. The trap has started. All right. It started. But yeah, scenario number 2, you go above this 322.08 gap fill and you come right here in the middle and boom, shorts don't get their entry. Longs don't get their exits. Boom, hit it with a gap down. All right, that is my probable scenario number 2. What do we have as number 3? I'm going to say this is extremely unlikely. All right, but here you go. You come past 322, you squeeze all the way up into this August high. All right, and you top somewhere around the August high, but I would guess if you're coming up here, they're probably not going to stop you. But here's the thing, all right, like that would say, oh, but that would be such a good trap, guys. Like if we're really in a bear market and they're about to do some crazy things to the downside here, do you not think that would convince a bunch of people to go long right here? Breakout traders, you're making a higher high, or at least now what this would effectively do is now if you make a higher high here, you pass the August high over here. All right, now what that would effectively do is on the like when you're retracing this move or you're starting the big sell like I think, all right, but people are just going to think it's a retracement because guess what, you made that higher high. All right, so then now you're over here and people are willing to go like all in long. They're like, oh no, screw these stupid bears. Oh, there we go. And the bears are going to be saying the same thing. The bulls are going to be like, screw these stupid bulls. What are you doing? And that's what I'm saying, guys. This thing that's going on up here, it's literally all designed to just get everybody flustered, both sides flustered alike. All right, just so people do not pull their triggers when things are staring at them right in the face. All right, and that's why, honestly, guys, I do think they're going to go with that scenario number 2 right here. And then somewhere around there, they're going to gap you down. All right, and that would effectively, hey, breakout traders, they brought that. And then if they didn't close out, you know, as you're just in this middle range, maybe they're looking for profit over here. Maybe they're not even looking for profit here. And they just, you know, they just didn't take the profit. Boom, they gap down underneath here. Now you're like, oh, crap, man. crap. And then maybe you finally go down and you form that lower low, all right? Because what this effectively did is it put in a higher low, all right? So I want to make that clear. Well, here's the thing, all right? We will know if this is a higher low. Well, it technically is a higher low than over here, all right? It is. But we'll know it's like confirmed as a higher low if you break up above this high. Okay, that's when you know, like, you have a confirmed, like, the trend is, the uptrend is still continuing. All right, so, like, I guess it's not confirmation that this is the higher low. It's just confirmation the uptrend is continuing. All right, and this was confirmation. This was your opportunity there. All right, but regardless, it is, as of right now, it's the higher low. All right, but you still do have this lower high over here. And I want to point out, guys, are we getting the same exact thing we got over here? All right, you got that. You're being met with a lower high there. Let's come over what happened on SPY. All right, SPY. Oh, no. SPY already came up here. So, you know, if it's going to follow that pattern, it's just like that. All right, but either way, one of them still has that right going on right there. And all you need to confirm that this is your peak here, all right, and confirm that the downtrend is beginning, the big sell is beginning. You got to break under where price halted the other day. And that's what I'm saying. That big old trap that took place over here. Low of the day was 312.57, guys. Yeah, I'm sure as hell, like, a lot of freaking people probably went short that day and then did not take profits because they thought this was like, hey, this is the day. And then boom, they did that. And, like, that's what I'm, trap. All right, move over to VIX. All right, so VIX is actually bouncing pretty much exactly where we thought he would be bouncing. All right. So this was where I said that I was going to be opening up VIX calls. All right, I was looking for that. Now we do have 1634 down here, which is literally just a low from all the way back over here. And this was where your bear market, like, it's technically before it started because it was over here in it was 2021. No, it was literally right at yeah, literally that was at your peak, right? January 4th, I believe, was the actual peak up here. Yeah, January 4th. So that actually is where the bear market began. So if VIX makes its way all the way down there to 1634, all right, like, I'm not just like, we're already in complacency territory here with VIX. That's what that's showing me. All right, and you get the fear and greed index. This is still at, so it's at 67. We never ended up making it up to extreme greed, guys. It doesn't have to happen. All right, we did make it to extreme fear not too long ago, and over at the other peak over here, over on QQQ and SPY over here, we did end up making it to extreme greed. But it does not have to happen. Like, if everyone's looking for it, like, you know, and I'm sure I wasn't expecting it to reach extreme greed over here, but guess what? Now, because it reached over here, now I wouldn't be surprised at all if it reached over here. All right, but I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm seeing people on Twitter, like, just bears just kind of throwing the towel, and yeah, I'm just seeing bears throwing the towel. That's literally what I'm seeing. And when that happens, that's literally showing the people who, like, really, like, yeah, you're spotting what I'm seeing. You're flipping. All right, you're flipping to go long. All right, when in reality, this is VIX down here is showing that you're at complacency levels. All right, that's exactly what's going on, guys. So what is my suggestion? And guys, I'm not the best trader or the best chartist or anything like that, but, like, why would you be opening up, like, dated long positions up here? It makes absolutely no sense. This is literally where you open up the dated puts, all right, the dated shorts, and if you want to play short dated calls, there you go. All right, go with the flow. Yeah, all right, so that is that. I'm just showing, like, hey, guys, all right, like, it's right here. It is right here. But like I said, all right, you have this higher low right here, right? If you were to break over here, I think you're going to go a little bit higher, all right? Or you get a topping process. Maybe you get a double top right there, all right? And maybe it literally does halt at the 322.08 gap fill. But if you're going to get a double top on the daily time frame, then you're actually never going to feel that. And maybe that's another trick, guys. Well, that would go with scenario number one. That would be all she wrote. Okay, you would never come up here to the 322.08 gap fill. All right, but now let's, I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing. All right, so I think we still have the bullish divergence on Mr. VIX. Yeah. All right, and it looks like it is coming down for another one. We didn't actually hit 1706. We hit 1707. I think we bounced 2 different times at that exact same spot. Yeah, 1707, 2 different candles right there. All right, and then we halted over here at 1711. All right, but I'm just saying, guys, like, it is like, VIX being down there is literally showing that the market is complacent. Okay, if VIX, it was down here at the beginning of the bear market. It was down here, here, especially here. Okay, this was over here. This was at the Feb top, guys. This was when it began. This was literally February 2nd. So that's what I'm getting at. And then it started spiking, and yeah, it, like, you know, it started moving. And I'm not saying, like, hey, it didn't happen like that. Like, you know, it didn't spike up massively and go to 30. Everyone didn't bet on a market crash after we got the, oh, baby. Hang on, baby. I'm recording this video. Hang on, bud. I know. It's so bad. I did my taxes today. I haven't spent much time with them. I know, baby. I know. Hang on. All right. Hang on. I'll be right back. In literally 30 seconds. Fuckers. Back, guys. Dog's out. All right, I'm back. Maybe it took a little long in 30 seconds. Probably took like a minute and a half, whatever. All right, let's go over the things I'm seeing on the chart. I actually want to point this out. So this is something I called out in the Discord, and this is just a condition that pops up. Past 10 times it's popped up. All right, past 10 times. All right, you have seen a 0.5% bounce, at least. All right, pretty quick. All right, so let's just review this. Hang on. Ran back from the door. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Okay, I swear I'm not super out of shape, all right? It's just like if you're gonna run and then trying to talk fast, it just doesn't really work. Your breath has to catch. I promise that's how it works. All right, but let's just look. Past 10 times this one condition, the CCI and the hourly time frame on NQ. All right, so the Nasdaq futures, the mini over here. All right. Every time it hit right here, exactly where I marked, all right, you have at least had a 0.5% bounce. So that would actually be bringing you over here. All right, now this is literally the past 10 times. Okay, so let's just look at this. All right, and now this is the only time you went like, I think it was 0.2% lower. But then again, there you go. Okay, there you go. All right, you come over here on the bottom of that candle, 5% or 0.5% bounce. All right, this one, I think it was down here. All right. And again, like decent sized bounce right there. All right. And guys, this is 10 times the same condition has popped up. All right. 10 times. So that's why I say, hey, if 0.5% is all she wrote, there you go. All right. You see this condition, you were playing this condition. There you go. All right. 0.75% right there. All right. Right over here. Where's the bottom of that candle right there? There you think you went on a 1 to 2% rip right there. 2%. All right. 2.7% right there. All right, over here, what do you get? Bottom of that candle was right here. Come on, bro. Right there, 1% right there. All right, bring it back over there. And I'm guessing you're right here. There you go. So this is what I'm getting at, guys. All right, past 10 times. 10 times. That's like a lot. Okay, that is a lot. You've had these decent-sized rips. Yeah, this is where they spawned. Okay, so this is like the other one where you went a little or no, you went so you went, yeah, look at that. And still the condition still stands. Okay, so that was the past 10 times. Am I counting right, or is that 9 or 10? All right, we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. All right, so the past 10 times, and I'm not gonna go back on the chart anymore. All right, this is just, hey, I give it decent odds that this edge decides to end up playing out. All right, guys, and these are things that I'm going to be calling out in the Discord continuously. So there was someone who messaged me asking, and guys, I am sorry. I'm sorry that the link was not working. Thank you for messaging me and letting me know. Thank you so much, all right, because I did not know. I had no idea. So a few new people joined, but let me just come and show you guys literally what you're like. So this is what you can expect. It's literally just, I will continuously, as things pop up on the chart, I will continuously let you know. So I just started that today. There's someone who trades futures in there. All right. But yeah, just as things pop up, right, and then you're gonna be getting everything that I'm gonna be playing is gonna be over there. I actually just started this today, so I will keep an eye on all the sector ETFs. All right, if anything's going on, you also get questions, take your request. All right, discussion obviously and stuff like that. All right, but yeah, just in case anybody wants to know, I know someone did message me, all right, about that. And it was not letting me send a video. So there's that. All right. But yeah, you're actually, you have this condition popping up right here, the same one as the past 10. So this is the 11th time now. And guess where it's at? It's right here at the back test of this bull flag. All right. So I give it decent odds that this is a successful back test of this bull flag, just like it was over here. All right. And even if it's just going to go like that and fall flat, all right, this was something that anybody could have, my opinion. I mean, it's decent odds there. You could have been playing it. All right. So that's why I think we are going to be getting a bounce here, but you can also just come back over here. So on the 15-minute time frames, you also do have a, what was it? Okay. So you have over here on QQQ. Okay. You do have this going on right there. So it is a, I think that's a triple bullish divergence, but either way, just this to this. All right. You do have your bullish divergence right there. And if you were to come down here, that would, in my opinion, that would just strengthen that setup right there. All right. You also did have the bullish divergence popping up right here from there to there. All right. And again, these are the things that I'm going to be calling out. Guys, I'm literally, I'm sitting at my screens. This is like the service that I guarantee will provide to you. Doesn't really matter how I do as a trader. Okay. Anybody has all the information they need to continuously make profitable decisions. All right. And yeah. All right. And it's not biased info. It's literally just things pop up. There you go. All right. But over here on SPX, you actually also have, you had that bullish divergence going on over there. But over here, is that a bullish divergence? No, it is not. All right. But either way, your 15-minute CCI is down there. All right. And if you do end up seeing this thing come down here, I do think that is where you're probably going to end up bouncing. But like I just pointed out, all right, I do think we're probably going to hold the line here. You come over here to the 4 hour, or not 1 hour. I think you could better see it. Yeah. You're really just fighting here at this point of, this zone here that it was resistance. You're trying to flip it into support. You lost it over here. All right. But it really, you could see like that is where the buyers are stepping in. They're trying to hold the line. Okay. You come over here to SPY. It's the same exact thing. All right. The buyers they're stepping in where they should be. All right. You have this. And that's why I said in the beginning of the video, hey guys, all right, I want to remind everyone, hey, if you're buying long dated, like, falls up here, I'm gonna call you crazy. There's no reason to. VIX is literally where this is, guys. This is where all the tops form. This is the complacency zone. All right. There's no reason anybody, really should be buying long dated calls unless it's something that literally does not go with the markets. I see absolutely no reason to do so. All right. Dated puts up here will be the things that will be paying likely over the next week, 2 weeks. I'm sticking with what I was saying in the Webull update and the weekend update, guys. I think the top does get put in this week. I don't really care if it does, but like you come over here to QQQ and I told you guys, you can literally run straight up all the way up until like Wednesday. And like you're still just back testing this, all right? You're back testing your rising wedge. So wherever you do it, it's just going to be a back test. And if you get my most probable scenario, you're going to come up here and maybe it is a back test. And then that's when they like, I don't want to say the R word, all right? But that's when maybe the big sell pops up, okay? And I hope you guys appreciate me not saying the R word, all right? Actually, you know what? Since I stopped like saying it, it hasn't really crossed my mind. So, that's thank you for pointing that out. Whoever pointed that out the other day, I appreciate you so much for that. Okay, I really don't want to sound like a perma bear. I don't, all right? Because at the end of the day, like I mean what I say here, all right? And I know I'm not thinking like a perma bear. I'm definitely not. All right, IWM was going crazy this morning. That was the thing. I saw that happening. So against QQ and SPY, that thing was just ripping faces. All right, ripping faces. All right, but you step over here to the 4 hour time frame, and guys, actually, I want to show you SPX, not SPY. I want to show you this. All right, guys, you're still up here. So like, if you're really looking for a this is why I say, like, it doesn't make sense to me to go, like, long here. It makes that, like, you can play, like, the short-term price fluctuations up here, but there's absolutely no reason to, like, hey, be betting on, hey, yeah, we're going to keep around for the next week or two. No, you're probably not. I'm going to tell you right now, like, probability suggests you're very likely not going to be doing that. All right? But, like I said, all right, you still, like, this uptrend, it's still intact. All right? SPY literally continued making higher highs and higher lows. You have this high over here. You have a low over here, you have a high, you have a low, you have a high, you have a low. So if you come out and break this, like, there you go. But like, yes, your trend would be continuing if you break this high, but it's very likely not gonna continue much higher. All right, but if you do break through here, this is where I was saying, this is the zone right here. And guess what, guys? This is literally where your price got halted at. We can come down to the 15-minute time frame, and it was like pretty spot on. All right, pretty spot on. So there's that. Oh, I forgot to mention before, I showed you guys the Discord. The Discord's not all you guys get, all right? Everybody gets morning briefings every single morning. So what I do over on Webull each night, you pretty much get the short version of that in the morning on, yeah, what I see on the charts, those probable scenarios, you get that. And honestly, I would say this one, it worked out pretty well. This I had 2 probable scenarios over here on QQ, 2 on SPY. I think they worked out decently right there. All right. Well, yeah, definitely worked out decently right there. That is where I'm pretty positive this is exactly where I pointed to the buying pressure coming in. All right. And over here on QQ, I thought you would end up backtesting this, but then you come over to NQ and look at, you did backtest this. All right. So there's that. Let's actually look at Apple real quick. So Apple is another reason I think you're probably going to hold the line here. Look at this. All right. And I know, guys, a lot of lines. It makes sense to me. All right. And I'll help you make sense of it. There you go. All right. Over here, you do have your CCI and stochastic hinging up from oversold territory as you're coming into, again, it's the same thing on SPY and QQ. You just have this point where you're fighting. The bulls and bears are fighting, all right, for control over here. But where does this stem from? Apple, it comes all the way back over to this wick over here, all right? And that is why that's why this is such an important spot, because this is where the buyers got trapped and this is where the sellers effectively, like, you know, they started taking, it looks like, you know, buyers were tricked all day and then sellers took their positions right here and they gapped down. So it's pretty much exactly like probable scenario number 2, where they bring you on QQ right in the middle and then boom, they gap you down. All right. So if we do, guys, just know on QQQ, this will actually be a sign right here. All right. If you see this push up, we get one big fat green candlestick up here. Let's just, all right, let's say this is the body. I know there's an arrow on it. Just don't even mind the arrow. All right. Let's say there's a little wick here though. All right. That wick's going to signify that people are, like, you know, shorts are coming. All right. That's the same thing over here with this wick. You could tell people shorts hopped on, and guess what? You got the gap down. Excuse me. All right. You know, right over there, you have this little wick on this big green candle right there. Boom. You started your, you know, you started doing that. All right. You have this wick over here at the Feb top. Boom. You started going down. You have this wick up here on this big fat green candle right there. Boom. You started going down. Wick up here. All right. But if you get the opposite, guys, you know, then I'm going to say, like, hey, all right. I think it's called a Maribuzu if you don't have any wick. Here's an example of where that didn't apply over here. Over here. All right. But if you see these wicks, this is typically, it's all these wicks are showing you is that sellers are hopping in. Okay. And if it's on a green day, then sellers are hopping in at the high of the day. All right. Which they're winning. All right. But yeah, guys, like, this is bullish price action, man. I can't deny it. Okay. Someone in the Webull comments said, oh boy, you're turning bullish now. And I'm not turning bullish at all. I really try and make it as clear as possible. And that's why I said I'm going to stop sounding like a perma bear, because at the end of the day, all I did is stop saying the term rug pull, and people think I'm going bullish. No, I've been saying the same thing I've been saying. Okay. Nothing has changed in the past 2 weeks, and ongoing now it's going to be 2.5 weeks. All right. But as of right now, guys, this looks bullish to me. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. You're back testing your literally falling wedge / bull flag, whatever you want to call this thing. All right. You're back testing it. Okay. And like, if you back test it again, I was expecting buyers to come in here, because guess what? They stepped up their game last time. Why would they not do so this time? I don't know why they wouldn't. Like, that's the point of, you know, the market, guys. You just got to pull your triggers and see, like, hey, how much are you willing to risk to see if you're right? That's pretty much what it is. All right. That's the game. All right. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I really got for you guys. All right, there's nothing too much here. I do think we're going to continue the price action upward. All right, this trend line is something that I'll be watching right here. All right, you get a 15-minute close over this trend line going from here. So these are your touch points, just so everyone knows. All right, you have a ton of them. All right, if you get a 15-minute close over here, say it happens today, then I think you're going to continue higher into tomorrow. All right, or you do something like this. Maybe it would be something like that. All right, and that would allow you to effectively reclaim this zone right here. All right. And then, you know, you go over here. Oh, let me show you something else I called out early this morning. All right. And again, I'm sorry, there's so many lines on the chart. I really am. All right. Let me just make this as thick as possible so everybody can clearly see the line I'm speaking of. All right, I'm sorry there's so many lines, but again, they mean something to me, okay? They cause reactions, all right? But you got this going on right here, okay? You have shoulder, head, shoulder. And again, guys, I'm not turning bullish. I'm just like, I'm going to call out continuously without a bias, just what I am seeing on the chart. All right. And that is what is on the chart. It's here. All right. There's no denying that. Now, what I'll go through some things I called out over in the, showing the Discord. I flashed it before, but over here, so you got AMD doing a flip over here. Now, NVIDIA is not. Okay. NVIDIA is still, it's just holding the line over here. So that is a thing to note there. But this is something someone called out earlier. This, they asked if people were looking at it, looked at it, and yeah, this thing actually looks beautiful. Okay, this literally looks beautiful for short. All right, so that is the thing. And you also do have the fat bearish divergence over here on that, and your RSI is literally, it's higher than when it was when it fell from 300 all the way down to a low of 70. So that is like, what, it's 70% decline off the top of my head? Yeah, 76% decline. Crazy. All right. But that's what I'm saying, guys. Everything does have these topping formations on it. So I do think the top is very close. All right. I don't think I'm not going to say I don't think, because I don't really have an expectation. Like I told you guys, I have the 3 scenarios, right? I'm like prepared to, go with those 3 scenarios. That's it. Okay. But I want to point this out. Goog, you did start breaking down on Goog today. All right. You could see it clearly on the 4-hour time frame. All right. You got this back test, and then boom, sellers came out of nowhere. All right. So that is the thing. But Apple is a big boy, so you're most likely going to be following Apple, and Apple was holding the trend line. Let's see what it's doing now. It is not holding the trend line. It reclaimed it, and I lost it. All right. You come over here to Microsoft, right? Microsoft is the one still in its wedge, right? It is just holding the line up there. All right. I drew this on the 4-hour time frame then. Last thing. All right. Well, 2 more things. We got DXY, then we got Bitcoin. Okay. DXY. This thing is taking off. All right. So I had called out this, you had this going on right here. You had this bullish diverge right there, and it literally had came in to form a double bottom. Now, I did think it was probably going to fail here, right? With what everything else I was seeing, I thought it was probably going to fail. I don't think I said it, but I did. All right. But I said, hey, if you lose this, you get your close under there, you're probably just coming like this is where I expect the buyers over here on DXY to come in. Okay, that is what would be happening. Okay, and guys, and even if they're not actual buyers, I don't care. It's TA. It's just what we do here. All right. But yeah, you come down here to the weekly time frame. You did have this going on, and holy Jesus, you have your cross up. Look at that, guys. Look at that. It could be something like over here. It could, and you could just keep falling. All right, but again, this bottom trend line. Oh, I don't even need to make an arrow. I have the arrows now. All right, that is exactly where I would be looking for it. And if you did dip a little lower here, you would have a bullish divergence on your RSI. So that would also be a thing. And I just want to remind, oh, look at that. I already got the arrows up, right? Look, last time you formed that, you were off to the races for all of 2022. And yeah, all right, it kind of killed equities. I think that is probably going to be taking place this time around. Over here at Bitcoin, all right? So we have a new term on the channel, all right? So I've always had this term, but, yeah, we're going to start using it, all right? I watched a video from, what was it, Jake Wu, all right? I follow him on Twitter, and I guess he launched a YouTube channel. So that is, well, not I guess, he launched a YouTube channel. All right. And, I guess this is a term used quite often. So I'm going to start bringing it to this channel as well. All right. You got an SR flip. Okay. I just pretty much refer to these as like zone flips. All right. But we'll call them SR flips from now on. All right. You do have that exact thing taking place over here on Bitcoin. So where did this one come from? All right. From that wick and that wick. All right. And you're clearly getting a reaction here, and you come over the 4-hour time frame. And this is something I posted over there. All right. You do have your 4-hour CCI down there, and your RSI is all the way down here. So, you can see it, do something like that, all right? But we clearly do see buyers are stepping in here, so I do think we're going to at least get a little bounce here. All right, let's actually look at Mr. Riot, look at Mara for you guys. All right, Mara, so this is what I wanted to point out over here. So you're actually flipping this, all right? And this was literally just, this was taken from right here where buyers stepped in over there, all right, and bears got trapped over there, and then there you go. This was also another like a clutter spot over there, all right. And yeah, that is where your buyers are stepping in today to hold the line, all right. I'm not saying they're going to hold the line indefinitely, but they are, as of right now, holding the line just like they are over here on the bit of corn, right? So that is the thing. All right, guys, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Hope everybody has a lovely day. And yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.